Good morning. My name is Miss Laura, and I would love to read to you today. This is a book that I used to read to my children when they were small, and I would love to read to you now. It is called Caps for Sale. Look at that. He's up in the tree. And it is written and drawn by Storytime. So stay with me. We're going to read Caps for Sale. Once upon a time, there was a peddler who sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. How hard would that be to balance caps on your head? That many. That would be a very hard thing to do. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. And as he walked along, he yelled out, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." I wonder if anyone's going to buy one. One morning, he could not sell any caps. He walked up and down the street. As he walked, he yelled out, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. No one even wanted a red one. He began to feel very hungry, but he hadn't sold any caps and he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And as he walked out of town very, very slowly, he did not want to upset his caps. There he is. Look at him. He waited, walked for a long time, till he came to a great big tree. Ooh, that's a nice place for a rest, thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back a little bit against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. I wonder what he's going to do. Look. And then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps. They were up on the very top. They were all there. So he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. Look at that. When he awoke, he felt rested and refreshed. Where are the caps? But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. Where did they go? He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in the back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? I see leaves in the tree. I see branches in the tree. What could be up in the tree? Look. An every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. They were wearing the caps. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. I wonder what he's going to say. Oh, look, he's got his hand out. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." What do you think the monkeys did? They shook their hands at him too, and they said, So silly. Now he felt angry. He stomped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." Do you think they're going to? They only stomped their feet back at him and said, By this time, the peddler was really angry. He stamped both feet and he shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." What'd the monkeys do? They only stamped both their feet in the tree and they said, At last, he became so angry, he pulled off his own cap and he threw it on the ground. And he began to walk away. Oh, I feel bad. But then, each monkey pulled off his cap. I wonder if it was a trick. And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying out of the tree. Wonder why they gave them back. So the peddler picked up his caps again and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps went right up on the very top. Look at that. He's got them back. And slowly, very slowly, he walked back to town, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." And right here are the words, "the end." And that is the story of caps for sale. Do you think he tried to trick the monkeys? Because they were doing the same thing he was doing, and that's when he threw his gray cap off his head, that they thought they would do the same? Or did he just get so angry he just threw his cap down and walked away, tried to walk away? I hope you enjoyed my story. One of my favorites, Caps for Sale. Thank you very much for listening to my story. Have a good day. Bye-bye.